Birthdays are a natural marker of time, but they can be so much more than that. They can be an opportunity for transformation if you choose to make them that. By creating your own birthday ritual, you're giving yourself the gift of intentional growth, the chance to reset your course, and the power to realign with your deepest values and aspirations. So I encourage you to take some time to reflect on your life and set intentions for the future. Whether it's your birthday or just a random Tuesday, this ritual can be a powerful tool for resetting, realigning, and recommitting to your growth. Welcome to the Personal Mastery and Growth Podcast, where we explore the keys to unlocking your full potential and living your best life. I'm your host, Jose Johnson. Whether you're looking to make a breakthrough, overcome a challenge, or simply live with greater clarity, joy, and purpose, you'll find the tools and inspirations you need right here. So let's start your journey towards personal mastery and growth right now. Welcome back to the Personal Mastery and Growth Podcast, your go-to resource for practical tips, insightful research, and inspiring stories to help you unlock your full potential. I'm your host, Jose Johnson, and I'm an expert in the fields of mindfulness, mindset, and peak performance, and I am so excited to have you here with me today. And today, we're diving into a very personal and transformative practice that I've been doing for a few years now. It's my birthday ritual. So my birthday was on August 30th, and just like I've done for several years now, I started my day with my birthday ritual. Now, you might be thinking, a birthday ritual? Well, isn't that just another way to justify eating too much cake? Well, while there was certainly plenty of that, I want to seriously tell you about the ritual that I use. And this is about much more than just celebrating another trip around the sun. It's about taking the time to reflect on the past, to assess where I am right now, and to set a clear and compelling vision for the years ahead. And for the record, I do still enjoy my birthday donut and tequila, but this ritual is how I start my day. So, how did this all start? Well, a few years ago, I started the ritual actually by accident. I found myself sitting alone on a park bench, reflecting on my life as I turned another year older. And at that moment, I felt a deep need to take stock of my journey, where I'd been, what I'd learned, and where I wanted to go. So, what began as a simple moment of reflection has since evolved into a structured, meaningful practice that I now look forward to each year. Now, this ritual has become a time for me to press the reset button. It's a chance to clear out the mental and emotional clutter that tends to build up over time and to realign myself with my core values, my goals, and my vision for the future. It's like giving your soul a tune up. So each year on my birthday, I carve out a few hours to sit down and journal. I pour out my thoughts and feelings about my life up to that moment, the wins, the losses, the lessons, and even the unexpected turns. I allow myself to be fully present with where I am, but more importantly, I ask myself, what do I want my future to look like? And when I shift into that vision mode, I create a picture of what I want my next year to look like. I think about what I want to accomplish, what areas of my life I want to focus on, whether that's my career, my relationships, my health, or my spiritual growth. I visualize the kind of person that I want to become by my next birthday and beyond. Now, the key to this is the reflection. And journaling plays a huge role in this process. Now, there's something powerful about putting your thoughts on paper. It's like you're taking your abstract ideas and you're making them concrete. Journaling has always been a powerful tool for self reflection, but when you combine it with the intentionality of a birthday ritual, it becomes a way to reset your mindset and realign yourself with your goals. So think about it. When do we ever get a moment to step back and evaluate our life trajectory with fresh eyes? Journaling these thoughts is powerful because it also creates a record for my growth. When I look back on my journal entries from previous years, I can see patterns, areas where I've grown and areas where I still need to do some work. It's kind of like having a roadmap of my personal development. Journaling also serves as a way to process emotions, to clear the mind and solidify the insights gained from my reflections. And by making this an annual ritual, it forces me to pause and take a clear and honest look at where I'm headed. It's like a map, and I'm looking at it to make sure I'm still on course. And if I'm not, Well, that's the beauty of this process. I get to do some course correction. So this year I sat down and wrote a journal entry that really encapsulated my thoughts and feelings about where I've been and where I'm going. And the beauty of journaling is that it's not just about planning, it's also about the emotional release. So you can capture the excitement, the fear, the uncertainty, and the hope that come with growth. In a few moments, I'm going to share my personal thoughts with you. So if you've never tried journaling as part of a birthday ritual or any kind of life reset ritual, I highly recommend it. It's like having a conversation with yourself, a way to check in and ensure that you're on the right path. Now, this year I added a new element to the ritual: gifts. Instead of waiting for others to give me presents, I decided to give myself some gifts. But before you start picturing a stack of presents, let me clarify. These aren't physical gifts, they're symbolic ones. Each gift represents something I want to nurture in myself for the coming year. So, for example, this year I gave myself the gift of patience. In the past, I've been pretty driven, sometimes to a fault, and recognize that to grow in the direction I want, I need to be more patient with myself and with the process. So I symbolically wrapped up patience as a gift to myself. Now, these type of gifts are more valuable than any item you could buy in a store because they are the things you truly need to move forward. And the best part is, they're always the perfect fit. Now, the beauty of this birthday ritual is that it serves as a reset button, a way to realign with your truest self. Think about it kind of like recalibrating a compass. Throughout the year, life can pull you in 1,000 different directions, and it's really easy to lose sight of where you're headed. This ritual gives you the chance to stop, reflect, and make sure that you're still on course. It's also a great way to check in with your mindset. Are you growing or are you stuck in the same patterns? Are you approaching life with confidence and positivity, or are you holding yourself back because of fear and doubt? These are the kinds of questions I ask myself during this ritual, and I encourage you to do the same. All right, so how can you incorporate this ritual into your life? Well, it's pretty simple. And let's start with the first step. Just set aside time for reflection and think about your life up to this point. What's gone well? What didn't? And what have you learned? Now, the second thing you need to do is make sure you're journaling your thoughts. Write down your reflections, your feelings. This will help to solidify your intentions. Then we want to create a vision. Think about the person you want to become by your next birthday. What habits do you need to build? What goals do you want to achieve? Visualize it in detail. Number four, give yourself gifts. Choose one or more gifts that you will give yourself this year. These should be gifts that will help you grow, like forgiveness, gratitude, hope, patience, or discipline. Write down how you will incorporate these gifts into your daily life. These gifts will help you unlock your new potential. And finally, celebrate your growth. Remember, your birthday is a celebration of you. Take time to acknowledge your growth, your strengths, and the unique gifts that you bring to the world. This is your time to shine. And by the end of the ritual, you should feel clearer, more focused, and aligned with your path. So please allow me to share what I wrote this year for my birthday ritual. It's my birthday, 63 today. It's amazing to think about all of the experiences that I've had over the years, the good and the not so good, all of the changes in the world that I have witnessed. In some ways, time marches slowly and things seem so long ago. In others, time races by in the blink of an eye. Now, there has already been an outpouring of birthday wishes, some from my closest family and friends, some from casual acquaintances, and many from people I've never met. If there's one blessing from social media, well, that's it. As I sit on a park bench and I contemplate my life, I realize that I have much to be thankful for. I've learned a lot of lessons over my lifetime, and I'm certain that there are still many more to learn. I'm blessed to be alive, to have family and friends who love me and believe in me, even when I don't. I'm blessed to be able to share my gifts with the world, even though sometimes I feel like no one's really listening. And while sometimes life is hard, I can emphatically say that life is good. Or perhaps it's better to say, life is as good as I choose to make it. I've battled through cancer. I've almost died in the hospital several times. I've had my heart broken. I've fought through financial hardships. And yet, for every struggle, I've emerged stronger, wiser, and more appreciative of the riches that I have always had, but sometimes fail to see. I guess that Nietzsche guy was right. And so, as I walk into the 63rd year of my life, how do I want to live? Who do I want to be? What do I want to do? And how am I going to make it happen? The world is at a pivotal moment, and I believe that now, more than ever, my gifts are needed. My business has been creeping along, and that has frustrated and discouraged me. But I hold on to the belief that this is my calling. Why else would I have been given the gifts that I have? Why else would I be given the dreams and desires to be a positive force for change? Slowly but surely, the pieces seem to be coming together. Opportunities continue to arise. I must keep my heart and mind open and not lose faith. I must constantly remind myself that the universe is conspiring to make things happen for me, not to me. And while everything happens in its own time, I must be committed to actively directing my life, not simply being a bystander. This is my time to shine. This is my time to rise above it all. This is my time to make a difference. So as I sit here, I want to give myself a few gifts. First, I give myself the gift of forgiveness of my past fuck ups. Lord knows that there have been plenty, but each of them have made me who I am and have brought me to this precise moment. Second, I give myself the gift of gratitude. Now, while I don't have everything that I want, I do have more than what I need. Third, I give myself the gift of hope. My business will continue to grow. My relationships will continue to grow stronger. My impact will increase, as will my revenue. Things will continue to improve in all areas of my life. And I trust in the message written on the bracelet that I wear on my wrist, that the best is yet to come. Fourth, I give myself the gift of patience. I will continue working towards my goals with passion and urgency, but I will also balance it with a patience to allow things to unfold when and as they should. And finally, I give myself the gift of discipline, the commitment to do the work every day that is necessary to improve my business, my skills, my relationships, my health, and my well being. Day by day, step by step, brick by brick, I am building a better life for myself, those I love, and for the world. I believe I have many years left to live, but I choose to act as if today is my last. If it needs to be done, I must do it now because there is no guarantee that tomorrow will come. So when I revisit my life on my 64th birthday, I will look back and say that 63 was my best year yet. My business grew, my relationships became stronger, my health and vitality were amazing, my financial situation was better than ever, and I was full of love and joy. Birthdays are a natural marker of time, but they can be so much more than that. They can be an opportunity for transformation if you choose to make them that. By creating your own birthday ritual, you're giving yourself the gift of intentional growth, the chance to reset your course, and the power to realign with your deepest values and aspirations. So I encourage you to take some time to reflect on your life and set intentions for the future. Whether it's your birthday or just a random Tuesday, this ritual can be a powerful tool for resetting, realigning, and recommitting to your growth. All right, so thank you for joining me today. I hope this episode has inspired you to create your own birthday ritual, to take control of your narrative, and to make each year a masterpiece. If you found value in today's episode, please consider subscribing, leaving a review, and sharing it with someone who might benefit from it. And as always, remember that your journey of personal mastery is an ongoing process, one that you have the power to shape with every choice you make. So until next time, remember, it is what it is, but it becomes what you make it. So make it great. Thanks for tuning in. Before we wrap up, I just want to remind you that the information shared in this podcast is for educational and informational purposes only. It is not intended as a substitute for professional advice or treatment. While the content of this podcast is based on research and personal experience, everyone's situation is unique, and the advice given may not be applicable to all. Always consult a qualified professional before making significant changes in your life. The Personal Mastery and Growth podcast is recorded at the So Good Media Studios, located in the Candy Factory, a co-working space in Lancaster, Pennsylvania.